Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another version of WORDCHEW. We're still looking at the wisdom for financial success, and we're looking at certain things you need to add to yourself so that you can be successful. One of the principles we are talking about today is discernment. Discernment is very important. The world we live in is not the way it is. And so many graphs of life are failing. So many projections of life are failing. When we were studying chemistry in those days, in my university days, they will tell you that, especially when we're doing organic chemistry, they will tell you that these are the way carbon and hydrogen, they begin to mix like this, like this. And then what baffles me, I will have crammed those formulas, CH6, C5H6, and all those things. But somehow along the line, they will now tell you that under certain condition, the way it is arranged will not work, and they will change it again, and I'll get confused. Realize that no matter how much economists have preferred theory, you realize that there are theory that will fail under certain circumstances. So you need discernment to be able to do business and to be able to be successful in your career that you do. You need deeper insight, deeper understanding. One of the prayers that Solomon prayed to God was that God will give him discernment, wisdom. And wisdom, when you talk about wisdom, you're talking about discernment here. I want us to take a scripture from the book of 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 9 to 11. This was the prayer of Solomon. He said, "Give therefore thy servant an understanding how to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people?" And the speech pleased the Lord, that Solomon had asked this thing. And God said unto him, "Because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither hast asked riches for thyself, nor hast asked the life of thy enemy, but hast asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment." Look at the word discern again. When Solomon became king, he made a prayer to God, and he was asking God, "Give me understanding how to judge your people." And what is he asking for? In judgment, I want to be able to discern between good and bad. I want to be able to know how to judge these people, to lead these people, to rule these people, how to be able to lead these people aright. And that was the prayer. And God said, because that is what you have asked for, he said, "I'm going to give you riches and all the other things, that you did not ask for." So we need to understand that discernment is very important in life. That's why one of the gifts of the Spirit has to be with discernment of spirit. Discernment of spirit. Discernment is not just limited to spirit. You can discern between good and bad. You can discern between so many things, between good and good. You can discern between bad and bad too. So to succeed and survive in the business terrain of this world, you need a spirit of discernment. Discernment is to know which business to do. Is to know when to do it, is to know how to go about it. That is discernment. A lot of people know which business to do. They don't know the season when they should do it. They don't know how they should go about it. Who should I talk to? Who can really help us? No matter David, anytime they want to go to war and they are confused, they will call and say, "Oh, who can guide us?" And then they will call somebody who will bring the Urim and Tumim and all and then they will worship God and do certain things, and then the Spirit of God will speak and give guidance. It's very important for us to understand that we need discernment to be better and properly guided in life and in career. So if you want to be successful, you need discernment. What helped Daniel was the spirit of discernment. And what helped Solomon was discernment. He was able to discern season. Was able to, the Bible was talking about the son of Isaac who understand times and seasons, and they was able to discern and know what Israel need to do. It's discernment. If you start business at the wrong time, your business will collapse. A lot of people have started business at the wrong time, and their business collapsed. But discernment will let you know that. I said, look, just freeze your money now. Don't invest now. Wait till next year before you start this investment. Even though I've asked you to do this business, but wait. That is discernment. Discernment will tell you, say, invest into this thing, and then when you invest into such thing, you realize that you'll be able to make the best of it. People have invested wrongly at the wrong time, and they have lost all their investment. Why? Because they lack the spirit of discernment. And discernment is the ability to clearly see beyond the literary level of life. You see beyond the physical level, you see beyond the economic theory, you see beyond what statistics is saying concerning the nation, you see beyond the graph of life, but you're able to understand better. It entails having spiritual intelligence, report of not just the present, but the future, and being able to arrive at a decision accurately. That is what we call spiritual intelligence. The world use intelligence to take decision. There's what they call financial intelligence, there's what they call economy intelligence, so many intelligence, military intelligence. Even before you go to war, you send intelligence to go and But there is a spiritual intelligence you need as a child of God to be able to understand time, season, challenges, obstacles, and the difficulty that you are likely to encounter, such that when you go, you will have made provision for all of them. Solomon's discernment involved knowing the difference. It said, as I want to know the difference between good and bad. It's one thing to be able to know the difference between good and evil. And if I will shock you, realize that some people does not even know that some things are evil. They don't even know some things are good. They just got used to evil, and then everything, imagination of their thought is evil and evil and evil. But Solomon said, I want to be able to know the difference between good and evil. And then they were able to, and God gave him that. He was able to know. And when the occasion arose, he was able to step in, to make judgment between the two harlots that came, bringing one son that is alive and the other one that is dead before him. We all know the story. So I want us to understand that to be successful in life, you need to discern. Which job must you take? I told us some time ago when I graduated from the university and I was seeking God for what's next. And God told me, he said, he didn't tell me what to do next, because it will be a whole Bible, a whole book, if he has to tell me what to do at a time. But he said, don't work in certain sector of the economy. And I said, God, why? That is where I've been looking for. I want to work in an oil industry. And said, no. And that was the only place he told me not to work. And so I didn't bother to work there. I didn't bother to send an application. I didn't bother to go there but that was the most lucrative sector anybody can work. And I was qualified to work in that sector of the society. But he said, don't go there. So, and I obeyed. That's discernment. And the attempt somebody made to submit an application for me without letting me know to come and work in health in Port Harcourt. My journey to Port Harcourt, we had, an attack on the roads. Of course, God understood that I was not ready to take the job, but just maybe for the financial benefit of the interview. And, and I was spared. Nothing happened to me. So we need to be able to discern what is God's will for your life. You want to marry somebody you can't discern. You are just using that she's tall, is slim, is short. That's the only thing you can see. That is not discernment. You are looking physically, and the harm of flesh will fail you. You want to start a business, say everybody is selling rice now, bags of rice in trailer, or selling cement, and you start selling cement. You will fail because you don't have the discernment, the intelligence along that area. But apart from that, you realize that discernment also goes beyond differentiating between good and evil. You need to be able to differentiate between good and good. There are certain things that is good for Mr. A, but it's not good for Mr. B. There are certain things that is right for Mr. A and is not right for Mr. B. We are both children of God, and then God might say the good thing for you to do is to start buying cement and be selling cement. That might be good for me, and it might not be good for somebody. Based on your temperament, your makeup, and the way God created you, you might not be able to do it. So discernment we need that spirit of discernment to be able to differentiate between good and bad and between good and good, so that you can always take the right decision at all time. I remember some years ago, as a church, I was pastoring. I've been pastoring then, and we had some money we were saving towards, buying of the church land. And so we're doing everything possible. The money was not growing. And then we just realized that season, stock started rising. So I met with the church board, and I said, okay, now this money we have, maybe we had like 4 million then. And it just occurred to me that if we put this money in stock on behalf of the church, and then, within a month, stock were doubling. That within 2-3 months, if we put 4 million, we can make 8 million. It was like that within 1 month. And then, so we all sat down and everybody seems to agree until somebody said, one of our pastor said, he said, no, he said, I don't support that. He said, I think we'd rather put it in a bank and yield interest. I was looking at 12% interest for 1 year. How much? That cannot give us 400,000 for a 4 million naira investment. So I was like, no. So, but when he objected, I just calmed down. We didn't invest in anything. We didn't put it in stock. We didn't put it in anything. Not more than 6 months or some months, stock started crashing. And stock investment of 4 million will have crashed to less than 1 million. And so when I look at that and when I saw that, I would say, God, thank you that we did not. How will I explain, to the people? So it's very important for us to surround ourselves with people of discernment, people of insight, and then take the right decision. As God's children, let's understand that we need discernment in taking decision towards our progress. I pray that God will open our eyes of understanding, give us the spirit of discernment, help us to take the right decision and the best decision for our lives in every sphere of our life, to the extent that we'll be successful in all that we do, in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you for being part of today's WORDCHEW. See you same time tomorrow.